Yes, people. Welcome to Saeed TV and welcome back to Man United Unfiltered podcast. Big up to everybody who's watching right now. This video is sponsored by Mercia. These guys have helped me with a couple of hoodies, so big up to Mercia for sorting us out. If you want to go and get yours, link in the description for that one. I'm back from Old Trafford. James is back from Old Trafford. Andy Tate's back from Old Trafford. Before I start anything, trying to say it's been a nice day at least, Tate. We've enjoyed a bit of sun, guys. Eh? That's the only positivity I can give you. It's been a glorious, glorious day in Manchester. But Andy, I'll start off with you, mate. You got a retro shirt there. I wish you had some of them players in the plane today, mate. But how are you, mate?
Yeah, drained. Nothing's changed. Trying to enjoy the sunshine. I'm trying to calm down. I've had a few beers. I've had something to eat. I've done little bits of media today for myself, and I've done something for the paddock as well. Like you say, I'm fucking steaming. I was there with my old man and my brother today, and apart from Ericsson and Martinez, the rest can. I won't be nasty, but I'm trying to be polite. The rest can jog on.
There you go, man. James, how are you, mate? How are you? You're in the cave today. You're in the gym. You know what I mean? It'll be a good session for you later on if you actually do it. But other than that, mate, how are you, mate?
Mate, this place is called the Pain Cave. Old Trafford needs to be called the Pain Cave because that was fucking painful today, wasn't it? Honestly, it's a good job this is called the Unfiltered podcast because I'm pretty sure it's going to go off, mate. We've had a tough watch today at Old Trafford, haven't we? And welcome back to Manchester United Football Club, eh?
Yeah, welcome back, man. Let's start off with you, Andy, man. Embarrassing opening day defeat today. People can say it's 2-1, but I tell you what, man, the way the first half went, it could have been any scoreline, man. We were just devoid of ideas. I mean, you know what? Big up to Leslie. She said, "Are we in a parallel universe?" She said, and you know what? I can't even disagree with her, man. It feels like we're in a parallel universe. Like this is just the same old. I feel like it's only yesterday I was watching this. What is like? I am speechless. So people can say how you speechless because I thought things would change, but it hasn't, Andy. And it's the same old garbage, isn't it? Same old garbage.
Yeah, it's same old garbage. I mean, I wish you had an infinity gauntlet so I could just click it and fucking wipe this today out. Because it's fucking shit, man. Everything that's been learned in the last few weeks, this one-touch football, it looks good. I know it's different between pre-season and Premier League. This is the Premier League, it's reality. Where was the one-touch attacking football today? Where was the ideas they've learned? They've been brought in 2 weeks early. They've been abroad. They've had time to bond. A few players have not been bonded, fair enough. But that team put out today, same as last season. Like you say, lackluster of ideas. We had one chance. I think we had, was it second? Bruno skied it into your stand, basically. Probably fizz past you and went into Earth orbit. The second half, we had 10 minutes. 10 minutes, that's it. And when we did score, it was back to normal. And I'm sick of the excuses. I'm not blaming Ten Hag now. This is on the players. And he's going to go into Carrington tomorrow, bang on the table. Right, cut off point. We need players. De Jong, get him or fuck him off. Get gone. We need players now. You cannot get anything this season with McFred. You cannot get anything at all with half this squad. You need fresh faces. Like I say, Rashford, lackluster. Bruno spent more time on the floor in the second half than he did in the entire match. I think Rashford's finished. I really do. I think he's concentrating. If somebody has to be made an example of this year, so be it. I don't care. Get him out. Get him gone. Whoever your name is, it's about reputations. And that's all they're caring about. Half that crap is gone now. But there's still another half of crap that's still there. And I don't know what to think of the team. I mean, this is a team that smashed us 4-0. And Bruno said at the end of that game, the fans are out, we're not fit to wear the shirt. Well, it was the fucking same today, Bruno. I tell you what, lad, You got a lot of kissing and making up to do with the fans. All of them have, even Harry Maguire. So
you know what? Even Harry Maguire wasn't even half bad today, and that tells you everything when the fan base have been on his stick. Zami Assis decided to come out of nowhere, you know what I mean, because of Arsenal. I played well for the first 25 minutes, you know what I mean? They're thinking they're Barcelona now. He says, Andy, if Martinez gets bullied by Welbeck, how will he cope with Jesus and Saka? Listen, mate, I don't think Martinez was a problem today. So I don't know if you watched the game, Zane, but I thought Martinez was all right today. But James, before we kind of dissect the game, I just want to give you your overall feelings, man. You know what I mean? Sometimes I feel like it's not an actual analysis of the game. It's just analysis of what you feel about Man United. And that's the problem. I'm not putting context to how I feel. I'm putting context to the whole situation. And that's the problem. We're not in a situation where we can dissect it individually. It's just a collective feeling again.
How many times have we been here, mate, and said the same thing? It's literally, like you said, like Leslie said, parallel universe. For me, I've spoken about it with a couple of people today. The toughest thing for me about Man United at the moment is it's just an unpleasant, really, really unpleasant place to be. That place today, right, considering like you've been a part of a community that apparently is toxic, right? YouTube, football, fan cams, all that stuff is toxic. There's nothing more toxic than Old Trafford today. It was a fucking disgrace, mate. Honestly, an absolute disgrace, right? This is my bugbear, and sorry to go off on a rant. It was Andy that said it's not going to rant this season, not me. No, literally, like it. Honestly, it's awful. We were all like last season, right? We're like, Ten Hag's the man. We want Ten Hag. We're going to back the manager with everything we've got. Absolutely everything we've got. Ten Hag's the man, right? Ten Hag's plan is clearly to play out from the back, right? His instruction to De Gea and the defenders is clearly to play out from the back. If there's no ball on, pass it, move it, bring it back, and keep on recycling possession until you find a gap, right? About it, our fan base's support of Ten Hag lasted about 10 minutes. Because after 10 minutes, you start booing Maguire, you start booing Martinez, and you start booing De Gea when they don't boot the ball up. And then what happens? You jeer them, they boot the ball up, we lose possession, and they sigh and they moan, right? That happens because the fan base get on the players' back. The same happened under Van Gaal when we tried to play a particular way. If you're going to play possession-based football, which is what Ten Hag plays, you're going to have to deal with slow build-up. You can't scream attack, attack, attack in the 75th minute and expect stuff to happen. Like, I've just got, again, sorry to rant, but I've just got a massive problem with how the fan base sees stuff at the moment. Your job is to be a supporter of Manchester United. And yeah, it's fucking hard sometimes. It's really hard when the players don't give us a lot. But today, our best period, mate, was 10 minutes after we scored the first goal. After we scored the first goal, the fan base got up, they supported the team, and we penned them in for about 10 minutes. But apart from that, the whole place was toxic, mate. And forget the analysis of the game. Like, there's loads of individual errors, loads of poor performances. As a football club, it's so hard to be around at the moment. I didn't enjoy today at all. Not at all.
May I don't blame you, man. Aileen Tenno said he don't want to come back. He just messaged me before. I don't blame him as well.
He said we lose today. I spoke to him outside the ground. He said
I know. He said to me. A lot of people were like, Brian. I was like, you know what? Andy, I said, I'm trying to be positive. Forget all the agendas. I'm just here to support the club. I tell you what, there's a guy in front of me. Yeah, honestly, someone needs to go and get a word with him and say, I don't think Old Trafford's best for you, mate, because he's going mad, mate. He's standing here.
I can't stand it.
It's crazy, honestly. I'm surprised, people are not going to go out and watch out for this guy because he is livid, mate. There's a guy in front of me. He's going berserk. He's saying, what is this? There's just, you know what it is? It's the badge, yeah? Andy, be honest, is the badge too heavy for these players? Because I feel like it is, There's no onus to do the things that they've been told in training ground. Nobody can tell me Ten Hag hasn't got a philosophy and a training style. They do it in training. They do it in preseason. There is a philosophy. But these players, when the crowd gets on top of them, I understand what you mean, James, yeah? But as a player, you've got to soak it in and say, you know what? I can play for this club. I can do it. I'm not going to be scared, Andy. And I'm not going to, I seen Delo today scared to take on 50-50s in the air because he's like, oh, if I lose that one, I'm going to be worried. Like, there's players there that are just not good enough. And when things going down, they're blaming each other. Fred, blaming other people. Today's blaming at McTominay for doing things. I don't understand that you're blaming McTominay, but I'm sorry, man. Some of the stuff that you're doing is wrong as well. But they're blaming each other. oh, it's your mistake. How about you take some ownership, man? Where the players just taking some ownership when things are going wrong, Andy? It's like, honestly, it drives me mad. You. No, but it's your fault. It's your fault. What about you?
What about
you, Andy?
How about some of these players? If you cared about why you got fucking grow a pair. Grow a fucking pair. You've never had a fucking pair for the last 12 months. You clearly, all you care about is yourselves. You're on a mission. You think you're Johnny Big Bollocks, and you've made it. That's all you fucking care about. All you fucking care about. Pointing, blaming each other. And can you see why Ronaldo wants to fuck off when he's watching that from the fucking bench? And you can see why. Everything's toxic. Coming out of the ground today, I just said to Saeed, and I said it on the paddock before, there's a little old lady, 77 years old, and she's at the top of the Alex Ferguson stand. 77. And she said, these players are a disgrace. And she's seen and done it all. God bless her. I'm telling you, it says a lot when there's an old lady giving it them players. And she's got every right to give them players shit. Like I say, the fan base is toxic. It's fucked. I mean, but we try to back him. But if you don't give us something to fucking back you, we're going to get on your fucking case.
Yo, big up Flawless. How you doing, bro? Everything all good?
I'm blessed, man.
Yeah,
Apologies on the lateness, my guy.
No. It's all good, man. It's all good, man. Let us know, man. Sum up your feelings, overall feelings. I said sometimes it's difficult to kind of almost balance United on a game. You're just kind of almost thinking about what happens beforehand. But how are you feeling, man? Sum up your feelings towards this game and just in general, like I said, I said I was shocked in halftime about how it was, only because I think it's a different manager. But I'm guessing you're just like, this is the same group of players. What do you guys expect?
Yeah, it was more disappointing. Like, obviously, I've just caught what Andy's saying in the back end, but I'm expecting the players to give the fans something to cheer about. Like, that's what I was expecting. It's a new season, new manager. Like, I'm expecting energy from the players, like closing down. Yeah, these just try hard. You know what I'm saying? Effort levels. I'm not even talking about technical attributes. I'm saying give us something. We looked lethargic. Like, everything even from the clips I'd seen in preseason, we didn't look like that. Like, everything just disappeared and it looked the same old as last season. Yes, we know these players' deficiencies. That's why we've spoken on this show about how important the transfer window and how important it is getting players in. Well, that's what I would say. More just disappointed. I'm like, you lot have a chance to impress a whole new manager. Like, everything in the past that's happened last season and seasons before is gone. If you lot put in a performance today, because the manager's looking at you like, all right, who am I going to keep? Who's going to be here for my project? And nobody impressed. You can't even, there's no one who you can say who looked out, you could say could stand out. It was just that maybe they weren't as bad as the others. So yeah, the key word, and I mentioned it again, how I summed up today's performance was just disappointing. Because like, I'm expecting it's Brighton, man, opening day of the season. And we looked like it was the end of the season. It looked like the back end of last season. We had nothing to play for. You would think so. And what made it even worse is Brighton were even fantastic. You don't even look at it and go, you know what, Brighton was sensational today. They were just better than us. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all it is. And they were nothing special whatsoever. So that's how I'm looking at it to regards. But we already knew we need players. What Andy was saying there about Ronaldo wanting to leave. That's why I said the whole time, I understand why he wants to leave. You got to know what you're getting into and how bad it is. But yeah, these players just exposing themselves even further and effort levels, man. Like, I'll forgive technical ability. I'll forgive not being a good footballer, but just not trying, not running, not communicating. Not even attempting to try and do the right things. At least attempt to do the right things and get it wrong. You know what I'm saying? Nothing 1-2 touch football, stuff like that, but the pass goes astray. Look at the goals we conceded today. You know what I'm saying? McTominay getting caught on the ball why is McTominay driving with the ball? You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, what is going on? Welbeck's made the run in between Martinez and Maguire. They got to sort that out. Shaw's by himself at the back stick for the first goal, 2-on-1. Why is he not shouting at Fred? Like, look, I just named 4 or 5 players there. Even the second goal, Shaw not closing down. I think it was March and him getting his shot off. That's basic defending. Like, at any level, don't let the attacker cut inside. Like, we know this. We all know this. Shaw's a seasoned, whether you rate him or not, is a seasoned professional left back who's been at the highest level for many, many years. He's been here almost a decade and played in the Premier League before that. Don't let the player cut in on his left foot. Simple as that. And again, just not closing down. That's basic. I'm saying that. That's I'd expect the under 16s to do that. But yeah, disappointing, man.
Yeah, man. Big up to you. I'm just going to read a couple of super chats. Zoateng says, James is right. The top Reds fans don't understand the modern game of football. Our fans are delusional. Expect 100 miles an hour football all game. Stupid fans. HKN Music says, Fred is tired of people getting on him because of McTominay's mistakes. Guy was taken off of the first half from McTominay's madness. The team ain't good enough as a whole. We need 6 new signs at least. Ralph was right. But I also think, people need to understand that Fred wasn't good today as well. I get you what you mean about McTominay, but Fred was poor as well. He's not press resistant. He blames others as well. Like, he doesn't do his own kind of things for me. And that's why the same with Dalot. I've been telling you about Dalot, but people want to blame Wan-Bissaka. Maybe sometimes 2 things can be right, guys. Dalot's not good enough, I think. And I think Wan-Bissaka's not good enough. But again, can we do things all at once? I'm not saying that, but I feel like the fans need to understand that you can't turn water into wine. I'm going to come to you, James, but I don't... How many stuff need changing in this short window now? If you look at through that squad there, someone said we need everything, but it's not realistic. What do we need? Because when you looked at today, what kind of like thought, damn, that's bad. That like what can you look at?
So if I looked at the way we played today, the major holes in the game, right? The first was the distribution from the back in terms of the options off the ball when De Gea or Maguire or Martinez had the ball were really poor. So if you are going to get a Frankie de Jong or a 6 that drops deep to give more options to the player on the ball, then that would help, right? So I think that's a must because Fred wasn't doing that great. He wasn't finding the space great. So if we're going to carry on playing out from the back, then that's an absolute must. And then another real weakness for me today was the fact, we didn't have a striker, did we? We played false 9, maybe 2 false 9s if you want to count Bruno and Eriksen. But we played a false 9, so either Ronaldo needs to get fit quick and get firing, or we need a striker. And then let's be honest, like we can like Rashford, we can like Sancho. They were both piss poor today, and none of them did a job of tracking back. And we can look and say, like, oh, Dalot was poor, Shaw was poor. Yeah, they were, but they got 0 help from the guys in front of them. Absolutely 0 help. So, I mean, I would look at at least one player across the front 3 and a CDM. And if we can get another player across the front 3, then great. But realistically, we need a CDM and a player across the front 3 to improve because today just there weren't enough options on the ball.
Yeah, sorry, go on.
No, I was just going to say there wasn't enough options on the ball, mate. Like literally, you can blame and you can boo and you can hiss about the people on the ball taking time and going backwards and going sideways and stuff. But you've got to realise, right? We're watching the game from up above. These people are on the pitch with a pitch view. If the player's not free right in front of them, they're not going to see a pass that's 60 yards away. Because you've not got that kind of vision. That's not in your periphery, mate. So it's like you've got to show for the ball and come for the ball and want it and not hide like McTominay hiding today, Fred hiding today. You've got to have people that are confident. The only, and I might get shot down for this, but the only press-resistant player in our team today is Christian Eriksen. The only person that's confident that when he receives the ball in a tight space, is going to get out of it and pick the right pass is Christian Eriksen. Now, saying he had a life-threatening illness, a couple of years ago, and he's the most positive thing that I can speak about today is absolute madness.
Says it all.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if we got nearly 1.2k in the building, guys. If you can like the video, that would be great. You know what I mean? That would just help ease the day. You know what I'm saying? And make sure you guys subscribe to Andy Tate's channel. He's back on YouTube now, so big up to Andy Tate. Yeah, exactly. So
on YouTube, I'm subscribe, man. I'm a subscribe.
Yeah. It's just fun. I've got 1,500 subscribers. ATTV, MUFC.
There you go.
I'm a subscribe. I'm a subscribe in it. And I know
absolutely.
You said there,
bring it.
Yeah, you said we got 1.2. I know a lot of you lot are joining just to see, you know what I'm saying, because United got beat. So make sure you hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? For those people that are here to laugh at Manchester United and us, at least hit the like button. That's
if you want to make fun of me, at least laugh at my channel. Come on.
Yeah. 100%, and go subscribe. Yes, make sure you do that.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, man, Andy, You know what I mean? What did you look at today and thought, bloody hell, mate, it's a long way. That midfield there, let's focus on the midfield. How bad is that midfield for you?
Oh, how long have you got? Seriously, there's nothing there today. There's nothing there at all. I mean, they're making mistakes. Like you say, there's a player in Fred to be saved, but I thought he was okay. Then in most of the time he wasn't. McTominay hiding, it's awful. And we've got Brentford next week. I'm fucking hell. Our next home game, Liverpool on a Monday night with that fucking midfield. It's double fucking digits, mate. Double fucking digits it could be. It's fucking, it's tough to watch. I mean, my dad's seen it today as well, and even he was like, there's nothing there. It's the same old. My brother was there. I had a spare ticket. I got another ticket. Brought my brother. Even he was saying like Rashford is finished. The midfield is finished. It's non-existent. You may have problems. We at least last season we had a decent enough squad. We had big names, but it never fucking works out. And now with Sevilla weakened, we've got a bad midfield, we've got a bad front line, and they say you got to start any type of attack. You start from the front through the middle to the back. I said that many a time last season. A midfield sees a player, picks a pass. Don't even fucking see that. They just took it from the mid. They just took it from the defense, played it back, booted it long. Not even looking up any player. I mean, like I say, the only player with any creativity today was Eriksen. He had a good little chance. He done a nice little 1-2 with Bruno in the first half.
Had a little shot as well. Yeah,
had a little shot as well. And in the second half, he had a shot and he drew the keeper. Just like in the first half. And there was nobody on the end of it.
And I felt like there was no one on his wavelength, Andy. Bruno was just lost, giving him ball, and Bruno wasn't on his level, and that's the problem. So many players are not on each other's level. It's such
Bruno's
a kind of
there's a crossroads. There is a crossroads coming for Bruno this season. I say for Rashford, there is a crossroads. Maguire, Luke Shaw, somebody there is gonna get booted out of this club, and if they want to cry and say it's not fair. Tough fucking shit. I don't care. Nobody cares. I want to see on the pitch. I want to see effort. I want to see commitment. You talk a big game up, but if you don't do it on the pitch, mate, you're gonna get pelters. You're gonna get criticised. And the midfield, seriously, I even said this going out. I would love to go down with all them electric stun grenades, go into the dressing room, pull Eriksen and Martinez out, and throw a fucking stun grenade in. And watch whoever comes out survives. And I bet you fucking McTominay and McFred would still fucking come out because of that fucking shit. Seriously. Throwing a stun grenade, fucking stun them all.
Yeah. Big up to H. Ken. Big up to H. Ken and Music. Disagree, Fred didn't hide. He received more than one hospital pass from De Gea and Maguire. McTominay, Shaw, Rashford all got a goal before Fred. But I'll be honest with you, H. Ken, I don't think there's a much difference, man. Like flawless for me, like I said, I'm not giving excuses to any player. I really am. And this is a season where we don't give excuses. But for you, like what kind of like for you caught your eye in the game in terms of like the mess? Like which in particular area do you think? Because I thought Dalot was shocking. I thought Luke Shaw, too many mistakes again. I thought Sancho wasn't effective enough. Rashford, passenger, I think. Bruno got lost in there. Eriksen tried, I think, to do something, but again, just not enough bodies, not enough men. You know what I mean? What for you kind of like worried you in that game?
It's just I didn't need this game to tell me the issues we have. All it did was let me know I'm 110% right in all the issues we had. How many times have we spoke on Manchester United's midfield? Our midfield has been spoken on, I think, for the past 3-4 years. It's like one of the most talked about things when it comes to Premier League football. We all know the issues. We all know Fred isn't good enough to start. You know what I'm saying? I do agree with Andy. I believe, yes, he could be an effective squad player, but no, he shouldn't be starting. Secondly, he's not a 6. We know this. When we've seen the best of him, it is in the number 8 role. And then you play him next to McTominay. It's a recipe for disaster because McTominay is not good enough. And again, just hiding. not wanting the ball, which then affects your Luke Shaw's on the ball, and then affects your Delo on the ball in terms of, because I'm thinking, why are we going backwards so much? But James made the point about players not showing for the ball. And that's what I'm critical of. Be brave. Because when it was preseason and everyone was hyping up, and everyone was hyping up the team, everybody was showing for the ball. Everybody was confident. And then we get in front of the bright lights because it was daytime, but we played Brighton at home. And we just revert back to tight. And it's like, that tells you a lot about the mentality of these players. McTominay made what? 19 success. McTominay made 28 passes in like.
How does he survive in this team? Like, seriously, I want to know what he does. What does he do?
I don't get it. How I don't get it either. I think it might be. I don't know if it's the academy thing. I don't know what it is. How Donny doesn't get a chance over this guy. I really don't understand, because I use this term all the time and I say it about a lot of players. What does McTominay excel at? This is why I'm so critical of certain players. Bruno, who everyone hypes up, minus his finishing, what does he excel at attribute-wise? We've seen the difference with Eriksen.
Have you got at finishing? What was that finish today?
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Yes. Not even that. And Eriksen, and we've seen Eriksen, we're talking, is the bright spot, because he has something about him. This is why when people were criticizing the move, I was like, if we sign him, he's our best midfielder. Like, by far. It's not even close, and we've seen that today. So yeah, with that, we know Shaw's not good enough. I'm tired of Shaw. I think he gets away with murder. You know what I'm saying? The lack of criticism he receives is crazy, considering he's been here, what? Nearly 10 years now? A Van Gaal signing? He's closing in on 10 years. Like, I swear, he's 8 years, so he's closing in on a testimonial. Again, another guy who's defensively average, and offensively, what does he give us? At least, like, it might sound basic, but at least Delo tries to get down the byline, tries to overlap, attempts to do things. I don't see Shaw overlap. I don't see him what. And he got caught for criminal how he got caught for the goal. If that's Delo on the other side, that's a major talking point. If Delo gets done like that by someone, say it's Welbeck cutting in and Welbeck shoots and the goalkeeper spills it, that's a major talking point, and we're talking about why Delo's not good enough. But Luke Shaw, who's older, by the way, Luke Shaw ain't no young kid. Luke Shaw's what? How old is Luke Shaw? Late 20s?
26, man. 27.
27. So he's in mid-20s, supposed to be in his prime years, and he's getting caught like that. So, yeah, man, it's all the issues we know we need. Well, hopefully Malacia will start the next game. Hopefully we don't see the midfield. Now it's on Ten Hag now. You've seen these players once in the first game. Now you have to change it. Like, what is going to happen? Because I was very interested to see how he dealt with Martial being injured. And I was like, all right, you've gone Eriksen false 9. I'm cool with that. It didn't work out, but I like the idea. But we have to change. Malacia has to start the next game against Brentford. We can't see McFred. You have Donny there. Play Donny. You have options. Whether it's Donny and Fred, whether it's Donny and McTominay, I just don't need to see them both together. Preferably Donny and Fred. Even if he played a youngster in there at this point. Can a youngster do any worse? Man attempted 28 passes. That lets you know he's 28 passes. And you're playing in central midfield. It's like, is what it is. And as for the attacking players as well, Rashford, I've been saying about Rashford, I think he's done at the top level. I've said this again, at best, a squad player, like people talking about all injuries, this and that. I don't know what it is with him, like confidence-wise. Sancho was ineffective. He was very ineffective. And Bruno'd. This is why I don't even get mad anymore. Bruno's been doing that. Even when he was scoring goals and assists, that is a typical Bruno performance. But then when I criticize him, a certain section of our fan base will get onto me and be like, oh, he gets goals and assists. There's more to football than GNA. And we're seeing it now. Again, another man who doesn't excel at anything, but people will hype up. He's world class. He's top class. He's got the most assists. All of this nonsense. How about you deliver against Brighton then? Please. It's Brighton. No disrespect. It's Brighton at home. Please, man. Put up a fight. Please. But yeah.
He's
and then even Ronaldo when he came on.
He's got a big 12 months in front of him.
Yes, he is. I don't think he's good enough. I've said this.
He's like Paul Pogba. He's at a career point. For the contracts he's on now, he has to deliver. Otherwise, you know what? Go and flog him. I'm sure you could get 2 decent players with the money. You could flog him for 80 million. In Barcelona, what I did, fuck him off to Barcelona in January. I don't care. They say he's got 12 months.
Yeah.
And if they cry, if they moan, good riddance.
Yeah, now it's on Ten Hag
to be ruled with an iron fist now.
Yes, now it's on Ten Hag to deal with it.
Stamp these
but the thing is, though,
if they start crying.
What? Because you need someone to come in though, and that's a problem. And we link with Arnautovic now. We'll touch on Arnautovic. Big up to Gyro. Say leopards don't take their spots. These players are snakes. They will turn on him. Guarantee it. I hope not. And these players can't get away with it. Surely
not
not.
good enough. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you got Malacia there who can go and play for sure. You have Donny there. So you have two players who are better than what is currently on show. If you put Malacia and Donny in the side, that's a better team right there. But again, this is why you get paid the big bucks. You get paid the big money to deal with this. So when we're saying what are the options, if Shaw and McTominay was injured, for example, you'd play two other players. So figure it out. Fellas, figure it out.
Absolutely, guys. 1.6k in the building. Like I said, man, if this is therapy for you, you know what I mean, big up to everybody who's watching. Please, guys, smash a like on the video, man. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to Sarcasm City. Road to 5k. Subscribe to Andy Tate's channel. The link will be in the description for that, people. And yeah, hopefully James can come back. His internet's gone. Just kind of sums up the day, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sums up. That's the thing at Old Trafford. Nothing works. Phone signal.
I just about get signal. And
guess what? The only thing that does work, it was the Man United app when you're getting updates every few minutes.
Wow.
Make sure that works.
That makes you wonder what the fuck is going down at that club.
And you know what came out of my money?
It's working, but you can't get a phone signal and get the team sheets. Oh, but you get it on them official app. Says it fucking all about the club. Says it all.
Yeah, and also my the money came out as well for the month because my season ticket's on finance. It came out at half time. So it's like they just double whammy in it, 2-0 at half time, and then it was like, yeah, we'll draw some money. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, like I said, it's for me, like exactly. Yeah.
Read the room, that's not the time, man. Yo, read the room to be taking money out when we're 2-0 down at Brighton.
Well.
Read the room.
At least. Jesus Christ. Like I said, they're beyond caring. They really are.
Yeah. Arnautovic, Andy, 33. I don't know what it is.
Oh, you've gone side.
Yeah, sorry. People could say, you know, Arnautovic, 33, Andy, stopgap. You know, I'm tired of this word stopgap, by the way. You know what it reminds me? Stopgap just is someone that's ill prepared. Stopgap is as a club that is so short-term thinking. What are you doing going getting Arnautovic? Have you learned from Cavani, Igalo? You know, I'm not saying Ronaldo's in that brackery, but we would hope for a younger striker that could give us a bit of longevity. You know, what is it with our club that's obsessed with stopgaps? Like what? Seriously, man. Listen, nothing against Arnautovic, yeah.
They're desperate. That's what they are.
Desperate, man.
They're desperate. If you remember was it the last transfer deadline a couple of years ago when we didn't get Sancho? We was panicking. We got Cavani. We were inquiring about the Barcelona lad. It will get panicky. We are so panicked. We haven't got a plan A, B, C, D, E, F, fucking G, H, L, J, K, L, M, N, P. Fucking hell. Fucking secret dossier. What was that? Open that up. Classified. Well, it's fucking empty. There's nothing in that, Mr. President. You know what I mean? Fucking nothing there. That secret, that little notepad that was left on the desk by Ralph Ragnick. The cleaner fucking bin that as soon as he went. It's fucking shit. Absolutely any fucking scouting system. Anything that was left by Ten Hag, for Ten Hag by Ralph is gone. It's shit. And this is why we're desperate. We're scrambling. We're trying to, you know what I mean? Fucking up the club. Pardon me. The club's losing control. Get off your chest, man. The club's losing control. They're panicking. They're scared. The social media team tonight. It'll be the same again next week. Fucking hell. Seen it, done it, bought the t-shirt. 1992, mate. You know what I mean? So I don't know where we go, what we do. Seriously. Because this club will drain you. This club means a lot to people. It gets them through the day. It means a lot to them because if they haven't got anything else in life, it's the club. It matters. But they just don't give a fuck. It's mentally draining for people and it hurts them. And if fans want to switch off and don't go anymore, the club's got to recognise this. This is like I say, it's a health thing as well. I know it may sound silly, but it's a health thing. This club means a lot to people. If they don't mean a lot to the players, it sure means a fucking lot to the fans. Because we'll always be here, and when you go, you won't be fucking remembered, but we'll always be here supporting the team, even after you've drained all our fucking bank accounts.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Big up to Owinski. Sure, it's dusted. It's not coincident that Rashford was poor today. Sure, too passive and only good at clogging up space. Move, man, move. Absolutely. Let's bring James back on. Hopefully, you're all right now, James. Sorry to hear about that. Aileen Taylor says Vardy and Arnautovic up front. It's peak. And Victor Liang said club is finished, but Fred system, please get me the F out of here. We don't any divas. But James, before I get you flawless on Arnautovic, is he the answer? I mean, bloody hell, man. If he's the answer, then good luck to Ten Hag. But I'll tell you what, man. Arnautovic, Martial, if Ronaldo leaves, are you confident with that to get us back into the top four?
He's the answer, mate. I'd hate to know what the question is because he's not the answer to any question that I've got, that's for sure. Was Ighalo the answer on a short-term signing? That didn't really work out, did it? I mean, at the end of the day, like I've said before, if we're playing a front three, right, we need cover in each position, which means we need 6 players. If Ronaldo stays, I mean, Elanga's not good enough, Garnacho's not ready. If Ronaldo stays, we've got 4. If Ronaldo leaves, we've got 3. So we need at least 2 players across that front 3, maybe even 3. And yeah, Arnautovic isn't the way to go. Just like Ighalo wasn't the way to go. Or any other panic buy that we've ever had. But let's face it, Manchester United, like I've said over and over again, they're reactive, they're not proactive. So they've not got a plan A or a plan B or a plan C. You know, Frankie de Jong was plan, as other people have said, plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G. We have to go all the way down to Z before we get where our board are thinking. And I think if you believe what you've read on Twitter, I think Ten Hag stayed behind in the boardroom today with Arnold and Murta and a few others. I think I've heard reports of that.
Oh, did he?
Stayed behind in a boardroom. I could be wrong, but I've heard reports of that.
I hope he slammed his fist down or slammed someone's face down into the desk. I'm telling you.
Yeah. So I heard reports of that. So fingers crossed.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. It's not good, mate. But Arnautovic, no, he's not the answer, mate.
No, of course not.
What about you, flawless Arnautovic? And I mean, I don't think it's a plan. But again, is it okay for fans to say just because Ten Hag wants him, we should all be happy? I think for me, everyone's got a right to an opinion. I think for me, not the answer. But again, like I said, I'm not going to disagree with what the manager said. I'm not going to go against what the manager said. But it's not inspiring. It's not inspiring to get Arnautovic when teams like Man City and other teams are getting Haaland. Yes, we're not on their level, but we need to kind of get back in Jesus, Harry Kane, Chelsea, they're trying to Sterling. So we need to.
I like how you skipped over Chelsea because their attack's bad. I love that.
Yeah, so I went. I tried to just.
Yo, we could have Chelsea. We could have Michy Batshuayi, fam. It could be worse.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It could be like Kai Havertz, Michy Batshuayi, Pulisic, and that. But I get your point. I do understand your point.
But you see what I mean, though? Like, is Arnautovic the answer? What are you thinking?
No, is he the answer? No. Do we need a striker? Yes. We all know this. Whether Ronaldo stays or goes, I've said this for the longest. With Cavani leaving, you need a striker. Like, the World Cup's in the middle of the season. We need another striker. Martial, we know, as we've seen already, is injury prone. Ronaldo will it's started to pick up more injuries anyway, and it's 37. You can't rely on him week in, week out. Go and get a striker. Would I prefer us to go get a more long-term striker with this? Yes, because we're going to need a first choice number 9 or backup number 9 anyway, because more than likely Ronaldo's going to leave. So if we were to sign Arnautovic, that means he'd probably leave next season, and then Ronaldo would leave next season, and then that would leave us with just Martial. So we need 2 strikers. So how about we be proactive, you know what I'm saying, rather than be reactive like James has said, and go get a striker who fits that mold? Why can't we go and get a younger striker? Like, I don't understand why we've gone to Arnautovic, who's 33 years old. Go get a younger striker who's going to be here. Like, we got linked with Sesko. Don't know a lot about him, but it's like 19 years old. That makes a lot more sense at this point.
I'd rather spend 40 million on Sesko, knowing that at least you're getting someone for the future, rather than getting Arnautovic for a stopgap, and then you're back to square one and you're getting flipping. I don't know who's going to be 33 in the next 3 years.
Yeah, exactly. So that means he's just literally Cavani. You know what I'm saying? He's just the European Cavani. We literally just replaced him. Like, and that makes no sense. And the thing is about stopgaps. Stopgaps are all well and good if your team's set up and settled, and you're winning. We're not. Why are we doing stopgaps when we're not winning right now? We're trying to build to improve and get back to the top. We're trying to become just a top 4 side again. So I don't understand the stopgap situation. If City did a stopgap situation, I'd understand that because they're a team who set up to win. Like, all right, let's get this player in for one season, whoever that may be. Then we'll move him on and then we'll go again in the summer. Say they need a left back. If they were to go get an older left back, it would make sense. But with us, yeah, like stopgap doesn't, but it shows that it is Ten Hag running the show in regards to transfers because he's worked with him before. So it makes sense in that instance. And we do need a striker, yes. But if we were to sign him, I wouldn't want to see him. If he's starting often, something's gone wrong. Martial and Ronaldo should be in front of him, and then he's third choice. But put it this way, if he was here, he probably starts today. He starts against Brighton if he's here. Like, let's call a spade. Like, we have to realize where we're at Manchester United. And Natovic would have started or any senior striker we have. But the issues are still all there. We need to go again in the transfer window. We do.
Big up to James, man. His internet score just sums up United's performance today. You know what I mean? In and out, man. In and out. But listen, big up to James Dixon, man. I hope your internet gets better.
Gym cave. He needs a bat cave.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
He needs the darkness.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm telling you. Big up Owinski says the level of ineptitude from this board is unacceptable. Arnautovic, seriously. No, bro. And you call this a rebuild? They can all kiss my behind. Listen, man, you know what I mean? Big up to everybody
money to say they can all kiss my ass, you know, I respect it. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And I spent money to get his message across.
Exactly, man. Exactly, man. Big up to everybody who's watching, man. If this is therapy to you, love to everybody watching. 1.7K in the building. Like I said, man, just guys, if we get to 800 likes, that would be amazing, people. So please do hit the like button.
Get likes up. Get a subscription up as well. Come on.
Exactly. Please. Make sure you guys are following Andy Tate. His new channel, links in the description, and also Sarcasm City, man. Make sure you go follow him. One of the most hardworking like YouTubers out there. So please do subscribe to everybody. But like I said, man, Andy, you know, we've got Brentford next weekend, which Brentford, they've come back from a 2-0 down now today, apparently. I didn't even know. You know, I was just so like confused about my result today. They came back from 2-0 down. We've got Liverpool after that. We've got Southampton away.
Southampton.
And then it's not looking good, bruv. You know what I mean? Like we say, it's not looking good. It's not looking good, Andy.
Like, tell you what, we might need 40 points to stay up this season. We could be relegation fodder after.
Hey, I'm down for a championship run. At least one we might win something. You know what I'm saying? We might actually win some games.
Fancy the playoffs. Honestly, I fancy the playoffs.
My heart can't do the playoffs. I mean, I just fancy some of them away days. Preston, us free in Preston. We'll bring James as well away at Preston. Stuff like that. Fantastic.
Wigan Athletic. Get tickets for Wigan. In Bolton. They get up. Oh yeah. Championship.
God, man. I don't even want to. I'm not involved in that conversation.
How the mighty have fallen.
How the mighty have fallen. How the mighty have fallen, man. I'm telling you, man. I just don't know what's going to happen now because I think Ten Hag, I've never seen a manager so animated today. The way he told everyone to come forward, the way he was telling people what you're doing. I was just looking at him thinking, bloody hell, man. That suit wasn't worth putting on, mate, for this drab. You know, that suit was like I'm going out to a nice fancy meal. Listen, mate, just get a trackie on because you're going to be having a time sweating up thinking, like you're walking up and down, you're frantic. You don't need to put a suit on for these lot. You put a suit on if you're...
you got to look the part, man. That's what it is. You got to dress to be the part, man.
A nice meal, and it ends up with McDonald's fucking service, doesn't it? That's what it is.
McDonald's service.
All he got was a fucking Happy Meal and a little toy. That's all he got today. Fucking Happy Meal fucking play.
Oh my God, man.
Fucking Annie Maguire there with his fucking crayons and pencils. Fuck off.
Oh man. But you know what, man? Just watching everyone at Old Trafford today. We had the protest today as well. We had and the vibe was all right in the stadium. And then when things got bad, Flawless, it just went bad. And the thing is with me is that we didn't really create many chances, of being honest with you. Like, we created a few half openings, but not many. Is that the worry as well for you? Like, we didn't really create clear-cut chances as well?
It's definitely a concern. But again, I'm not surprised or shocked by this because I don't rate these players. Eriksen, I knew was going to be bright 100%. He's going to create. Sancho, who I do rate, was poor. But Rashford, we all seen what he did last season. And that being said, even though we didn't create enough, We had chances to at least get a point from the game. The chance that Rashford missed, the Bruno cross, the left foot volley. You're 6 yards out. I'm saying don't score, but at least hit the target. You know what I'm saying? The chance that Bruno missed that 0-0 where he's put it over the bar. Again, I'm not saying score, but hit the target. But Bruno and Rashford, the two things about them that I always say is they're not creators. They're shoot first players. So that don't mean that they don't get assists, but Bruno's first thought is to pick up the ball and try to engineer a shot. Rashford's first thought is to try pick up the ball, cut in on his right foot and engineer a shot. They're not give and go players. They're not going to spin a player, try a 1-2 or anything like that. And you need in 2022, you need creators. If you look at most successful teams, let's take City and Liverpool. They're full of creators. It don't mean that their players don't score, but they're creators first. If you look at City with De Bruyne, you look at Gundogan, you look at Bernardo Silva, you look at Mahrez. Look at the four I just named: Foden, Grealish. I just named 6. I'm saying all creators first. Even with Liverpool, you got, even though theirs is different because of their system, Trent. You know what I'm saying? Robertson from the fullback, the Santiago. You got Firmino when he was there. Even Mane with his running in behind. They're creators first. Like, yes, you need your players who score your goals and shoot first, but we got too many shoot first players, man. Team game, it's hard to implement a system with players like that. And all the people like, oh, Bruno will be successful under Ten Hag. And I just keep pinpointing Bruno because he's supposed to be our guy. People will tell me he's our best attacker. We need to build around him. I don't see it. I don't know any other 10 who is shoot first. Every other 10 who you name,
he don't create. Level, what does he create?
This Bruno? Is my point. He don't create nothing. So how are you a 10 and you don't create? Who eats? You know what I'm saying? You Ronaldo in the 10 role. Who creates? Legit. So our 10 don't create. The left winger don't create, and Rashford, who was playing left wing. So that leaves Eriksen playing out of position in a new team in a false time to create, and Sancho pretty much by himself. And they're receiving passes from McTominay and Fred. What is going to happen? And then even on Rashford's side, you don't even have an outlet with Shaw. I say this all the time, as bad as Delo is, well, I don't even think he was that bad today. One thing about him, he never hides, number one. 2, he's a constant outlet. I remember him trying things. Whether he overhits passes or not, he gets up and down. You'll remember Delo having a bad game, but you remember him doing stuff. How many crosses did Shaw overhit today? How many crosses did he attempt? I guarantee it wasn't more than Delo. Like, Delo's trying things, like I said, in it, and that's what it is. It's, again, just a lack of effort. You know what I'm saying? A lack of just being not brave. And that's what McTominay's not. And when you have that in your engine room, you don't get me. Our midfield 3 is Fred, McTominay, and Bruno. That's a recipe for disaster. None of them press resistant. None of them retain the ball well. None of them play on the half turn. What are you going to do with those 3? So this is where Ten Hag now needs to change it next game. But with the Premier League, I'm like, that was secondary to me anyway. I said, go target the Europa League. That's what we need to do. That's the competition to target.
Can we with this squad though? That's the only thing as well.
Yeah, I think we can, just not with certain players starting. And I hope, should I say, the manager sorted this out. I'm not gonna go overboard and be like, oh, it's all doom and gloom, because I knew all of these things. Did we need today to know that McTominay and Fred are not it? We knew this. This was common knowledge. So yeah, like now he has to change it.
I agree on that.
But
we have to at least seem to try to do something in the league.
Yeah.
At least try to get any European football next season.
I do agree with that. Like I've said, do I expect us to finish top 4? No,
we're not going to do anything.
Yeah, because I don't think we're one of the 4 best teams in the country. Sorry to cut you off, Andy, but I said we should be in the race. You know what I'm saying? And that, like, we should be in the race for top 4. But we should prioritize the Europa League. If we're going to end up in Europe, well, if we're going to get into the Champions League, that is by the best way, I think, is Europa League. Like, as bad as we are, yeah, and we're all feeling it because of what's happened, we are good enough to win the Europa League. If Frankfurt can win it, we can win it.
Don't know, but it all depends who comes down from the Champions League.
Obviously, there's context to it. If a Real Madrid drops out, and whichever Real Madrid is, yeah. If we play a Bayern Munich, it's a wrap
for the season. If we're
you can't.
The stage,
this is where it needs to improve. But like I said, if we can't match the 11th best team in the Bundesliga, which Frankfurt were, let's call it quits now. We may as well go down to the Championship because it's a wrap. The show is over. Of course, context matters, and if you get a dropout. A good team dropping out from the Champions League, you go, all right, cool, fair enough. If a Real Madrid or Bayern Munich or a surprise team. But other than that, no. Like I said, I looked at the Europa League and I'm like, if we can't match what Rangers and Frankfurt have done, like Ten Hag just needs to quit now. I'm saying, leave your suit there and bounce. It's over.
He might do. He might do soon. I tell you that. He might think it's just not even worth it. It's
a wrap. Show is over.
Yeah, you might just say, rip up my contract, mate. You've sold me short. I mean, Jesus. I'm smoking weird stuff now from Amsterdam. I had a stash in oh, I had a stash in me.
This is a good point.
Myself. Fucking hell.
Big up to everybody watching. Still 1.7k in the likes. Apparently, we need 119 likes to get 800 likes, which was the target at the start of the video. So please, guys, if you like the video, people, giving you a good show here. Unfiltered podcast. Like I said, the only podcast where you just got to hear it as we say it. And big up to Anthony who's putting here. Saeed, can you please explain why all managers still choose McFred? Yes, we don't have the depth in centre midfield, but the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expected the result. Well, Andy, I'll go start off with you first. Do you know why people play McFred? Is it availability is best ability? Is that what the saying is?
Yeah, it's what's available at the moment in this moment in time. I mean, LA last year, they play with energy. They play well together. No, they fucking don't, mate. It's what's available, what's there today. I mean, Lawler said, I want to see different next week. I want to see Donny start against Brentford. I don't want to see fucking McFred. Seriously. If somebody has to be shipped out, ship him out on loan before the end of August. He could do a job in the Scottish League. Fuck it. Go to Celtic. Go in the Championship. Go and help Burnley fucking get promoted. If that's your level, go and fucking play in the Lancashire Hot Pot Derby. Don't fucking want you there. Seriously. This midfield, a midfield wins you a battle or loses you a battle. They say they just run through him today. And they say you will not get anything this season. You won't even win the Europa League with fucking... I'm sorry for this, but you won't win the Europa League with McFred.
Oh, no. That's why I'm expecting the manager to change it. My thought process was that is not only him implementing the system, but playing Donny, playing a couple. I don't expect to see McFred. If we do, it's a wrap. Like, he gave her a chance today. Cool. I don't expect it. If I see them against Brentford, I'm going to be like, Ten Hag, that's not it.
Oh,
why?
If I see him against Liverpool, Jesus Christ, I'm going to pull
out. It's a wrap. I'm cancelling my watch along than that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not having that. You can't play that against Liverpool.
No.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not having that as well.
You could put that result on Pornhub. I'm telling you. Fucking hell. Jesus.
Unfiltered podcast, people. Unfiltered podcast. That's how we named it. The Unfiltered podcast. Big up to Andy Tate, as always. RD717. The premise of Ten Hag's football is always to have an numerical advantage. McTominay barely made himself an option today, leaving Fred Ice in midfield. He has been doing that under 4 managers. The thing is, I think McTominay was given the instructions to go forward, though. The only thing is having the confidence to play the ball. Ten Hag can't babysit you to do things, and McTominay couldn't pass. That's the problem. He can't pass. So McTominay wouldn't start for MLS team. That's a disrespect to the MLS. I generally do, man. You know what I mean? I think MLS has got a bit of a good standard now. You know what I mean? Big up all the spammers in the chat. But listen, big up to everybody. All the mods, if you can help us out there.
Wow, that's a big statement. That he won't start for an MLS team. Jeez.
What do you know? I'll be honest with you. I don't even think he would. He doesn't. Andy McTominay doesn't start for Scotland in their midfield.
That's
in their midfield.
Facts. Maybe that being said,
I won't dispute his art. I won't dispute his art and his commitment. But he's just not good enough. He's just not good enough. He's not. He's at least that when he's not even a Darren Fletcher. He's not even that. He's not fit to wear Darren Lacey's boots. I don't know what his level's Championship or lower league, Premier League. It's just
Ghana could do a better job than McTominay, and I'm not making sure that Ghana gets like higher level than he is. I just think Ghana could do a better job than McTominay. What does McTominay do for you? Like anybody that we can, like we're chatting to you before. What does he do that? I'm not trying to single him out, by the way, but I just think it's a glaring up like place.
Yeah, he's the worst of the worst. As bad as we are, he is the worst of the worst. Yes, he doesn't excel at anything, and then on top of not excelling at anything, you don't even try. You know what I'm saying? In terms of when I say don't even try, I'm talking about being brave, making 28 passes in however long he was on the pitch. That's just hiding because we had more of the ball. I swear in the first half, we had like 60% possession. So we're actually having more of the ball, which did actually surprise me, which lets me know you are hiding and not wanting the ball. Got caught on the ball, dribbling. Why is he dribbling? Shift the ball. Like, what is going on? Like, that's how I look at it. Yes, we know he's not good enough. Maybe Ten Hag switches up the formation. Maybe he goes to a back three. Because when I see Varane on the bench, I'm like, Bailly's still here as well. A back three might be the way forward, and it helps for the time being. That will help you in that area in midfield as well, because they have one extra defender. And then you've got Dalot who can play wing back. You've got Malacia who can play as a wing back as well. Maybe he does that. I'm hoping Ten Hag is cooking something up, and we don't see McTominay and Fred against Brentford. Because if we do, I'm a question.
Something good.
I'm a question him. If we do, I'm gonna be like, no, that's a bad decision. That's a bad.
I'll listen to it on the radio. If that's happening, I'll listen to the radio instead. Seriously, it just cannot happen next week. That.
Big up to Knowledge Anthony. Says Eric Ten Hag has to prove he isn't another puppet. There is no benefit of demanding in private, but in public, you are saying you're happy with your good squad. It gives Glazers power to say Eric Ten Hag is happy with his ones. But also, you can't really say things out in the public, as much as he wants now, because Ralph Rangnick did it, and look what happened then.
You know what I mean? The players throw him
under the bus. If he says it, you're going to sack him. You're going to say it. Fucking call him out. You're going to sack him after 5 games, 10 games in. Fucking call him out.
All I'm looking for is the reason why he won't do that. It's not so much against the Glazers. We know what these players are like. I'm saying, because if he does that, we see what happened with Ralph when he said what he said. He said, we need 11 new players. And all them players did was prove him right. All they did was prove him right and let us know everything like that. Like, of course, a manager's never going to come out and say, yo, this squad is terrible. Do I believe Ten Hag's happy with that squad? Absolutely not. That was before today. Today has just backed up that, like, right, I need this, and this. I'm sure he was fully aware of the issues at hand. And if he wasn't, he definitely knows now. I'm sure he was aware, because he could have stayed in the comfortable job in Holland and could have stayed at Ajax and been cool and waited for another big job. But he took this. He took this for a reason. I'm not going too overboard because it's one loss.
I hope there's a severe grilling tomorrow at Carrington. Seriously.
Yes. He won tonight and tomorrow. Me too.
Tonight, tomorrow on the training pitch. Right, there's no training. I'm going to say my bit for 10 minutes on what I think of you all. And I just hope he does. I really does. Just put some of these players in the place. Some of you won't fucking last August. Some of you may last till Christmas. Some of you may last this season. But this is my system, my rules, and I will decide who plays, who does what, and who has to go, and I will bring in who I want. If you don't like it, well, you can go and cry to your agent and get a move out. That's it.
Absolutely. Saeed, he doesn't have to be disrespectful, but he can't be timid either. Glazers can't sack Eric Ten Hag right now if he demands it public. The fans will riot and he has the power, but he doesn't realize it. I think I want him to do it, but like I said to you, I think he's just trying to work things out. He's trying to be very, very smart, and he will do it. He will eventually say it. But I think right now they're still in that kind of honeymoon period where I feel like he's learning plays. Today would have been a reality check. It wouldn't surprise me if he came out next press conference and said some of these players aren't good enough, and some of these players are not pulling what they need to do. I think there was a comment that he made about the midfield today. He said something about Eriksen made a clear difference in that midfield second half. That was kind of for me.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, he said something about Eriksen showing the levels up in the second half. That's almost like a dig at the first half and the two while they were there. So
the reason why he ain't gonna criticize is because he still has to work with these people.
Exactly.
He's trying to get the best out of them. Nowhere, we've all got jobs or all work jobs. The people in the chat, if your boss criticized you publicly, you are not going in and putting in a full shift. You're not. Like, that's just whether you're doing a bad job or not, you could be doing the worst job in the world. He has to get the best out of what he has in terms of limited. We would all love him to criticize these players publicly. It's not going to benefit United long term. What is criticizing Fred and McTominay, just use those two as an example, going to do? Is all of a sudden McTominay going to turn into Prime Zidane? No. It's not going to do anything. Like, it's just going to make him worse. If that is possible. Same with Fred. Same with the other players. Maguire, like, it's not like criticism. We need to go he needs to be putting his foot down. Forget publicly. Do that privately. Make change privately. That's because all we care about is performances on the pitch.
These players need to be made clear to them. You are in the last chance saloon.
Yeah, and I hope he's saying that.
I just wonder if he's told them this face to face. I really hope he has. With what he's seen, what he's seen last season, and then what's going to happen, because he could if just say we got spanked again by Liverpool, he could run riot and do what he wants after that. I won't care as long as he gets as long as he gets the players out. You know what I mean? If we get spanked by Liverpool at home on that Monday night,
Oh my God,
that's
Andy.
it. Walk in next morning like that. Right, this is going down. You're gone. You're staying. I don't give a shit with your contract. You're going. The club has got to back him now more than ever. And if they don't, he's well within his rights to call them out, call the players out. I think Saeed will. I think he will call them out at some point. If this is still going on before the World Cup, I think he will call them. He will call some of these out, and he will call these owners out and the players. I just hope I just hope they don't sack him. Because he said they'll fucking riot.
Mate, I would riot. I genuinely would riot.
It'd be brilliant. It'd be a fucking riot, I tell you.
I don't think they sack him. They don't care. You know what I'm saying in that. Even if you criticized him, I don't think the Glazers care. If they cared, would they have left us? Would they have us in this state for so long? They do not care.
Mourinho did it, didn't he?
Mourinho did it, and how did it change anything, or did Mourinho still leave himself a season?
I think he does seem like the type.
He does seem like the type. He does seem like the type. I'm all about for the benefit of the team. We know these men ain't going anywhere. We know we're stuck with him. So it's kind of like
his own guys. He needs his own guys.
We know we need more players. Yes, we got in 3 players, but we know we need 4, 5, 6 more for this season. So hopefully the window's not closed. It's only the 7th of August. I'm hoping we make some more signings because we need more signings. And hopefully
if you get a midfield done, you get a striker, and it just might make the difference between getting some form of European football. Winning the Europa League.
Because I don't think it's out of it's not out of like it just seems that way because of how bad we were today, but it's not out of arm's reach to improve. And we do have a manager there. Like it's one game we're gonna see, but hopefully we need to sign players anyway. We need to sign players.
Yeah, 100%. even if we had a positive start, I still would have said we need to sign players.
Yeah,
so
we do.
Either way, it's still problems anyway. So yeah, just gonna read these last super shoots before we wrap up. Knowledge Anthony, big up to you, bro. Appreciate it. Criticize and sell this season. Sell them this season. Who cares about how they feel? I'm tired of the apology posts after we lose. Are we United or Norwich? Nate H says also Bruno contract is looking shambolic. I agree for me. And I'm not protecting any of those feelings as well. Listen, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Big up to everybody who's watched today. The podcast, like I said, I was planning on not doing it, but I thought, you know what, man, I can get back on time. The lads were up for it. You guys just help support the channel, people. I think we passed 52K on YouTube, I think.
Hey, man, let's go, man. Let's go, fam. Let's go, man. Yeah. Everyone in the chat. Congrats. That's a major look, man. We don't bypass that. You know what I'm saying? I know it's a minor milestone for you because you're a big deal in it. But everyone in the chat, man. Let me give you your flowers, man. I'm gonna give you your flowers, man. 52K, fam. You're one of the biggest YouTube content creators out there. Don't sell yourself short in it. You know what I'm saying? In that. That's why I always humble. You feel me in that? You're still humble, but you are, fam. Like legit, one of the biggest. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So everyone in the chat, congratulate Saeed on 52K because that's not no minor feat. You know what I'm saying? That's more subscribers than City get on a match day at the MTR. Like, come on, fam. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? They could get 52K, they'd be over the moon. You feel me? So yeah, absolutely, man. Congrats, fam.
Nah, big up, man. I appreciate all the support. Like I said, man, we came back for you guys. Just make sure you guys support Andy. Link will be in the description for his channel. Andy, he's done a match reaction as well, so make sure you check out. It's a good one,
I'm
actually.
I'm gonna watch that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, a lot of a bit of Joe Pesci out of Lethal Weapon, a lot of F-bombs, but like you say, it's the way it is at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And also make sure you go subscribe to Flawless. Flawless, you doing anything today later on, or?
Yeah, Sarcasm City TV. We've got what we got coming up. Sarcasm City Sports Q&A. That'll be at midnight, people. Sports Q&A. So I'm sure I'll get lots of questions in regarding United, but I'm sure there'll be other questions. Obviously, City winning today, Chelsea also winning, Arsenal winning, Liverpool dropping points, which was fun to see. You know what I'm saying? Trent still being unable to defend at the back stick. You know what I'm saying? So some things don't change. But
absolutely. But yeah, make sure you go check out that one. I put a pin chat. There's a pin chat, people. The match day vlog is out at 10:30. Like I said, if you want to watch it, watch it. If not, you know what I mean? It is what it is. But like I said, it was good to be back at Old Trafford. Good to see Leslie. Good to see a familiar crowd out there. So again, like I said, for anyone that doesn't know what Old Trafford looks like, that's why I do it, people, because people want to see the atmosphere and, you know, just the overall feeling. Maybe not the football, but you know, at least.
Let me ask you though, because you was both there today. Before kickoff, before we like conceded for the first 5-10 minutes, was the atmosphere good?
Yeah, it was good, man. It was rocking.
It was rocking. I thought so before we went to goal. Yeah, that's legit.
It's when it goes down. The players can't manage it, and that's a problem. So
shirts too big.
Expectations are
big up knowledge as well.
Yeah, big up knowledge, yeah, man.
Players don't want to know.
Don't want to know. And to knowledge, when you said, "Oh, you don't care about the players' feelings," neither do I. But like again, let me just reiterate this: we have to try and get the best out of these players. We're stuck with them. We have to. This is a long old season. Like injuries are going to happen. We are going to need these players. We're in 4 competitions with a World Cup smack bang in the middle of the season. As much as I don't like the majority of these players are going to play that we don't like.
Yeah, exactly.
They're going to play. We got no choice.
Yeah, exactly. So big up to you. Big up to also Mercia. If you want to go and get your hoodies, people, make sure you go and get them, mercia.co.uk. The link is in the description, people. So if you want to get your hoodies, and yeah, I don't know if that's
are you with the ad side? I was thinking, why have you got a PSG thing in the top right?
Yeah,
corner?
man.
I was confused.
Man. Yeah, man. Listen, it's not PSG, but
man. Get your sponsorship, get your bread, man. I love that, man. Shout out to Mercia, innit? Get your thing, man.
Shout out to Mercia, man. 100%. Big up to everybody who watched in. Like I said, the vlog is out at 10:30. Make sure you subscribe to Andy Tate. Make sure you subscribe to Flawless, and also big up James as well. Obviously, Wi-Fi issues and that, but we'll be back next week. Hopefully, after a win against Brentford.
I know, hopefully we're going to win, man. We're going to win, man. We're going to win, man.
We're going to win. I believe Flawless. I believe Flawless, man.
Let's go, man. We're going to win. Andy, get on board, man. We're going to win, man.
We're going to win.
We're going to win.
We're going to do this.
We're going to win. Let's go.
Listen, I don't know.